Today I'm going to show you how to unbox, stage, and assemble the Heavenly Heat ECO Sauna like the one you see behind me here. Hello, my name is Daniel Root and I'm the author of Sauna Detoxification Using Niacin Following the Recommended Protocol of Dr. David A. Root. Now, we've been using saunas to detox heavy metals and man-made chemicals for 36 years in a clinical setting, and we've been using the Heavenly Heat Sauna since 2002 for the New York Rescue Workers Detoxification Project, which treated over 5,000 first responders and volunteers of the cleanup efforts at Ground Zero, and that was free of charge for these folks that went through this. Now, the Heavenly Heat saunas are really well built, and in fact, the new owner, Colin, has totally redesigned their saunas, and I'm really pleased with the work he's done to improve the sauna. Now, I'm building this solo, and this is not recommended. You should always have a partner to help build a sauna, but today I just don't have anybody to help me. So, now with that, let me talk about the ECO Sauna, which is the smallest footprint I've seen, and there are a couple of contenders out there, but this one is even smaller. So it's 31.1 inches by 35.8 inches by 68.1 inches. So it fits into small spaces like small rooms, apartments, closets, things like that. And it does plug into a regular 120 volt 15 amp service, so no additional wiring required. Now, also, this is a product that sells for $4,100 retail, but with my affiliate link, you'll be able to save $600. So with the free shipping, you'll pay $3,500 for this unit. Now, it does ship to both the United States and some products to Australia. And it does come with a 10-year warranty. It's on the cabin and 6 years on the electrics. So it's a really good manufacturer's warranty, and I would hope you would hit the affiliate link in the description below. And now let's get started with unboxing, staging, and assembling this sauna. We're about to unbox this Heavenly Heat ECO Sauna, and I just want to make sure that all of the materials that are included here are in good shape. They ship without any kind of damage. So as I am unboxing them, I'm going to be actually inspecting them. So we first need to take the straps and the panels off on the sides. Notice how well it's packaged on the pallet because it has these plywood supports to make sure that these bands aren't going to dig into the cardboard. So I'm very impressed with the way he's shipped these. All right, this first box contains the floor and the ceiling. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Now this first section I'm looking at is the cover to the ceiling, and it does remove and will be fitted on later. And then we have the actual roof panel, and as you can see, it has the power control center and the wiring. It's also got the vent, which I don't know if you can see that moving, but looks like it's in great condition. Notice there's also the chromotherapy lighting. And one thing that really makes this a unique sauna, if you can see this, the shielding. This is a Faraday cage shielding for making sure the EMFs and ELFs are not going to be affecting people. I can tell this is really good construction because it's got some weight behind it. Package of screws, which are going to be for the roof when we get the top panel. So that shank there is for the bench. This is a support for the bench and the actual bench. In fact, I don't need to check that out, but I want to check this out. Notice that the bench itself has some ergonomics to it, which I like. Really well made. It looks like it's also well manufactured. I'm pretty sure my microphone is picking up those keys. Now there's another part that's packaged in here. And these are the handles. They're currently screwed together, but the handle for the door. And lastly in this box is the floorboard. And looks like a very solid floorboard. And I'll show you that it even has feet to protect the floor. Okay, now this one looks wider, so it's going to be the sidewalls. Okay, this first one is the left wall from the door. And very well manufactured. In fact, these panels are pretty heavy. This is why they say to have two people working side by side on something like this. I'm going to stand it up and show you the window. This is a unique feature to this brand where you have a side window that opens and closes. So that gives us some ability to vent better. And I also want to show that the size of these heaters are taller than most saunas, but this one also has a tapering so that this particular panel is actually facing more towards the body. Okay, so the right side wall is also going to be probably pretty heavy. It's got the control panel on it. All right, here's the right panel, and note that it has the control panel on it. I gotta watch that garage door as I lift it up and out. So nice control panel there. Everything looks good. Again with the bevel. Looks wonderful. And then we have the back wall and the front door. All right, this is probably going to be the heaviest of all the pieces. And I'm going to stage that over here. And it looks like the door's got the Heavenly Heat brand on it. Now the back wall and the right wall are going to be the first two that we put together. So it's going to go in first. Right now I've just been staging everything so that I can inspect them, and everything looks wonderful. Definitely good quality manufacturing. All right, I think we'll just take this one right on in. All right, as you can see, I've got everything in the room now, and it's staged for easier assembly. And note that the floorboard has the trim in the front, and I have everything lined up so that it should easily come together. There's tongue and groove construction, which makes this really easy to line up. And also note that the buckles have masking tape from the shipping. So you're going to want to remove the masking tape before you start this, and also make sure the buckles are unbuckled so that you can get to them real fast. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put the right wall and the back wall on. And I must say the workmanship is just incredible. So I'm putting a little pressure on the front of this so that it doesn't fall back. And now I'm going to clip the first buckle. It's okay to pound on these and get the walls to stay put. Okay, just make sure the floorboard and everything looks lined up beautifully, and there we go. Okay, next we want to go ahead and put the shank on for the seat. So this is the shank panel, and it's got the heaters for your calves, and it's marked which direction is up. So go ahead and put that in place here. All right, and then we secure it with this reinforcing square or frame, and the way this fits in is a little different than I think I was expecting, but I think that'll work real well right there. Okay, so they've provided the screws. You need to provide a screwdriver. The pilot holes were already drilled, so that makes it nice. And you definitely want to put the bench in before you continue assembling the rest of the walls. And do make sure that you have this retaining frame nice and straight. Alrighty. Okay, moving on. I'm going to go ahead and insert the bench now. Makes it easier so you don't have to deal with it later. I believe that's the right way. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get the left wall with the window. There we go. Alrighty, I just love this feature. Get airflow going. All right, so like I said, unbuckle the buckles. It'll make it much easier for when you need them. Alrighty. All right, with that, I'm off to get the front with the door. All right, as you can see, I have brought the door and the front panel in, as well as the roof and the ceiling topper. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble the front door first. Even though the instructions say to put the handle on, I'm a one-man show, and it's going to be easier to get the handle on once I put the door on. There's some powerful magnets on here, and I'm going to have to reach from the top to open the door, but we'll get her done. Now make sure all these buckles are open and ready for receiving the front panel. Again, this is tongue and groove construction, and if you have a partner helping you to get these walls aligned, it makes it so much easier. But again, I'm a one-man show today. There we go. Okay, that's lights in. All righty. Now that the door is on, I'm going to put the handle on. Now the screws go on the inside, so you don't see them from the outside. Go ahead and set that down for a minute. Get the screws adjusted in my hand. Okay. Okay, one down. Again, I like the way these handles have a reinforcing metal receiver for the threads. It makes it much more durable if you get them in the proper location there. All right, so we got our handles on. All right, now the roof is going to need to have these kind of out of the way to start with, and the roof is going to slip into a fitting down here. And note that the power supply goes in the front and the vent is in the rear. And we've got a power cable here that's going to probably need to be held. So again, this would be much better if there was two people, but it is what it is. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to need a step ladder to finish connecting all these. So using a step ladder, I'm going to be able to finish hooking up the electrical on top. But at the moment, the shank heater, the one that's at the calves, needs to be plugged in. So I'm going to do that real quickly. Then we're going to go up and show how to hook up these connections. So switch to the other camera here. So as you can see, I hope there's a plug down there that needs to be plugged in. All right, so that's plugged in, and we'll bend it back into position, and that's what we got there. So all the other heaters are going to be plugged in at the roof. And by the way, I called them heaters just now, but the technical word is emitter. Okay, we need to go around the back and start hooking up the others. I'll probably have to do this over the distance here. So notice that these are all like computer type cables for power. So it's going to be tricky with one hand, but I just wanted to show you, then I'll turn the camera back on and show you the connections. Okay, as you can see, I've got those connections done. Now I'm going to go around and hook up that gray cable to this cable here. And then essentially, other than plugging it into an outlet, we should be done. All right, now for the test. All right, I just plugged it in. You can see the white power button light there. I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and that's going to automatically turn the lights on, and the chromotherapy is going to cycle through various different colors automatically to start with. However, I've already adjusted them. So note that there are several buttons down here. You've got the regular light here, and then you've got the chromotherapy lights that you can cycle through. This is the normal use, so right now I've got it set to 165. I think I'm going to reduce that because I personally prefer about 140. So, and then it's on 58 minutes right now to preheat, and so I'm going to let this preheat and see what it gets up to. Well, it looks like I should turn the lights off. Anyway, the other setting is for a 113 at 30 minutes, and it is something that is a kind of just a healthy maintenance mode. So that's what that setting does. But I'm going to put it back to the normal use and readjust the temperature. So this is wonderful that it goes up to 165, but for me, I'm only interested in 140 because if you recall, infrared is not necessarily all about the temperature. It's more about these emitters that are going to be putting off infrared light that you cannot see. And I just love how high those panels go above the head. So tomorrow I plan to do a little more in-depth analysis of this sauna, and I'll make another video for you guys on this one. But anyway, here's my Heavenly Heat, and everything looks good, so I'm really excited. Well, I've just finished assembling this Eco Sauna from Heavenly Heat and put it into the position it's going to stay in. And I've got to tell you, this is one of the easiest saunas I've ever assembled. It made it much easier to build with these buckles, and I'll tell you right now, I was not a big fan of them at first, but being a one-man show, it made it so much easier. The tongue and groove construction was really a dream to work with, and I've got to tell you that I've been very impressed with the quality of the materials and workmanship on this unit. I didn't mention before, but this is Canadian Hemlock, and it's very hypoallergenic, and if you suffer from multiple chemical sensitivities or MCS, this is a good wood for you. Most people find that they can tolerate this wood. So, and it's really a good type of wood that doesn't dent or scratch very easily. So anyway, I plan to record a video maybe tomorrow of sitting in the sauna and trying it out. I'm going to give it the work through and make sure everything runs. It is currently heating up, and right now it's at, what do we see here, 96 degrees. So one of the fastest saunas on the market to heat up. And I will tell you that I'm looking forward to trying this out, and watch for that next video, okay? Thank you for watching this one.